Imagine this. You've just lost your job, car is wrecked in an accident, or maybe you've even lost your home in a fire. In those moments, how do you feel? Angry, devastated, helpless? Now picture this. 2,300 years ago, a man named Zeno faced something even more catastrophic. He didn't just lose a job or a car, he lost his entire fortune, everything he'd worked for, all gone in the blink of an eye. But instead of crumbling under the weight of despair, Zeno did something truly extraordinary. And that's what we're diving into today. If you're ready to discover how one man's response to disaster became the foundation of one of history's greatest philosophies, hit that like button and subscribe. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Zeno of Citium wasn't just a philosopher. He was a man who understood loss on a level most of us can only imagine. So let's take a step back. You're on a voyage, your ship is sailing smoothly, and then disaster strikes. A storm hits, and before you know it, your ship is wrecked. And with it, every last bit of your fortune sinks to the bottom of the sea. What would you do? Would you cry, scream, ask the universe, why me? Most of us would. But not Zeno. Instead, he famously said, "Now that I have suffered shipwreck, I am on a good journey." I know, right? Who reacts like that? But that's the thing. Zeno's reaction wasn't just about staying positive. It was about seeing opportunity in the face of disaster. And that's where his journey really begins. So there he was, in Athens, a city known for its philosophers, not for its merchants. With nothing but the clothes on his back, Zeno did something unexpected. Instead of dwelling on his loss, he decided to immerse himself in the world of ideas. He started learning from the great philosophers of the time, like Crates the Cynic. Now think about that for a second. If you lost everything and found yourself in a new city, would you dive into something entirely new? Something you'd never even considered before? Zeno did, and it's because of that decision that we even know his name today. But Zeno didn't just stop at learning. He became a teacher himself. He started teaching at the Stoa Poikile, or the Painted Porch in Athens. And this is where things get really interesting. His students began to call themselves Stoics, after the Stoa where he taught. And from there, Stoicism was born. Now, why does this matter to you? Because Zeno's philosophy wasn't just some ancient wisdom, it was a guide for how to live a resilient, meaningful life, no matter what life throws at you. And let's be real, life throws a lot at us. Think about your own life. We've all faced challenges. Maybe not a shipwreck, but the loss of a job, a relationship falling apart, or just the everyday stress that seems to build up over time. Zeno's philosophy teaches us that we can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we react to it. And isn't that what really matters? It's not about avoiding hardship, but about mastering our reactions to it. As Zeno grew older, his teachings became even more powerful. He emphasized the importance of virtue, wisdom, and self-control, values that are just as important now as they were in ancient Greece. And the amazing part? Zeno didn't just preach these ideas, he lived them. He faced hardship after hardship, yet he remained steadfast in his belief that our true power lies in how we choose to respond to life's events. In his final moments, Zeno's life was a reflection of his philosophy. He passed away with the same calm and dignity that he had taught his followers to embody. His legacy wasn't just in his words, but in the way he lived his life. Steadfast, resilient, and always in control of his own mind and actions. So, how do we apply Zeno's wisdom to our own lives? Imagine this. Bad things happen to us all the time. No matter how much you prepare, how much you plan, life throws curveballs. A job loss, a car accident, a court case, it's how we react that defines us. Think about it. What if you were told you had just 2 weeks to live? Would you panic, or would you take a deep breath and decide to live those weeks fully? Now picture this. Your hand needs to be amputated to save your life. You can either worry endlessly, imagining the pain, or you can accept it, stay calm, and save yourself from the suffering that comes from fear. Zeno teaches us that by staying calm, we suffer less. Life's challenges aren't unexpected. They're opportunities to grow and develop our character. Accept the bad times, face them with a calm mind, and you'll find yourself more in control, ready for any storm that comes your way. Here's the thing. No matter how bad things get, you're still alive, still breathing, still here. And life, in itself, is worth living. Imagine if a dead person could come back to life, even as a beggar, even in hardship, Wouldn't they choose life over death? So, be glad. No matter how bad your situation seems, it's usually not as bad as you think. By relaxing, by calming down, and by reacting positively, you handle it in a much more mature and controlled manner. If Zeno's story and this message have resonated with you, make sure to subscribe and join us as we explore more stories of wisdom and resilience. Your journey to a stronger, more stoic life starts now.